What I propose to study at Oxford is a doctorate in systems biology, focusing on mathematical biology. Here at Northwestern, I've done a number of things which have all led me to believe that there's a greater underlying structure to many phenomena that we see in the world, and I really look forward to exploring it from both a scientific perspective and amongst the international community. A word about Northwestern: it's been really a pleasure talking with the number of fantastic professors here, and the willingness that almost all of them had to just talk to me, to go out for a cup of coffee or have me come to their office and talk about my ideas for this scholarship, and even long before that. The history and philosophy of science and logic, that's something I created. It's an ad hoc major, something that Northwestern lets you do, and all the faculty that I worked with to really design my own curriculum for that major, they're all really excited and really helpful, and it was a really exciting process. I tried to write my essay to really encompass everything that I have done at Northwestern. It had a big envelope talking about structure and logic and the way I see structure and language when I learned English, that it was easier for me to understand how the language works because I liked to see patterns within it. Same thing with music. I like to see patterns within the pieces that I'm playing and the pieces that I'm writing. And same thing with science. So I came to the conclusion in the essay that I ultimately really have to do this program to further study the idea of systems and complexity and networks.
I am planning to study a master's and then onto a DPhil doctorate's track for comparative international education. And what that would basically entail in my particular field of work is taking a look at, we have a great public education system both in the United States and in England, but especially in heterogeneous communities, what happens when that system breaks down, and what happens when there are groups who are either marginalized or just don't have access to the system in general. And so I'll be taking a look at alternative forms of educational systems, whether they be provided by for-profit, nonprofit groups, parochial groups, and how within each nation these different groups come to play a role in education and how they fix the failures that arise. My essay was, I guess, a kind of biography in terms of how my interest in education, and particularly bilingual education, how that came about and how it's evolved. So I guess I started out taking a look at the fact that I moved around a lot and was in a lot of different schools when I was younger, and being in different schools, I came to realize that how good a teacher is can really determine on a day-to-day level how excited a student is about learning and how successful they'll be. Then from there, kind of mapping over that, my time in China and Mexico, and how being abroad in a foreign country and not either speaking the language but not speaking as a native, or really not speaking it very well at all, in both instances was a very isolating experience, and gave me a new appreciation and sympathy of sorts for immigrants living within the United States trying to learn English. So going from there, getting involved in both education and language acquisition, and what I hope to do with that after Northwestern and beyond, and how Oxford fit into those plans.